Hi there. My name is Ken Waite, and welcome here to our Health and Freedom presentation. Before we start, I just want you to know that this is not about trying to sell something or to get you to sign something. We're looking for partners to join our team, but they must be the right people for whom this is the right thing to be doing. So we're here only to share some information on the company, the products, the timing, and our pay plans so that you will have all the information that you need to make an educated decision on whether this is something that would be good for you and your family. Now, my name is Ken Waite, as I said, and just want to share a little bit of my background. I come from a film production background, as well as commercial design and social work. I actually spent 18 years getting up at 5 a.m. and working 12-hour shifts with young offenders. And I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was stressed. I was dissatisfied with my job. I was tired of being broke. I didn't have any retirement plan, and my health was wearing down. And I knew I had to do something different for things to change, and so I began looking around. And one day, some friends came to my home, and they introduced me to this business model and this company called USANA Health Sciences that would change my life forever. So after several years of sacrificing several hours a week to build my business part-time, I eventually quit my job. And today, I get up when I'm done sleeping, and after a leisurely breakfast, I make the commute to my home office by about mid-morning. So I get to work from home. I get to choose the people I work with. And when I look in the mirror, I'm looking at the boss. I take advantage of incredible tax write-offs, and I finally get paid what I'm worth. And there is unlimited income potential. So this has created the time freedom to do whatever I want in life. And best of all, there is the opportunity for personal growth and getting to empower the lives of others and having fun making lifelong friends. So what's your situation? Do you have the health that you want? And do you have the income that you want? And if the answer is no, maybe USANA may be the right option for you. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the USANA story, and then we're going to talk about health, and then we're going to talk about finances, and then we're going to talk about how USANA provides the resources for helping you with that. So our story, really, we've been around for a while. We've been around for over 20 years. And the word USANA actually means true health. It's a Greek-Latin combination. And we are in the business of changing lives. This is a picture from our international convention recently, and we've just hooked up with Dr. Oz in creating the True Health Foundation in partnership with USANA. But in order for you to understand USANA, you really have to understand our founder and his vision. And this is his very famous vision. I dream of a world free from pain and suffering, a world free from disease. Love life and live it to its fullest in happiness and health. So this is one of the things that really attracted me to USANA, is we were not started by a group of slick marketers who were interested in throwing a product together and marketing the heck out of it and walking away after a couple of years with, several $1 million. No, we were started by a scientist. And this is his story. Back in the 70s, he founded Gall Laboratories, and they're very famous for disease diagnosis. And they did this by growing billions, actually 20 billion human cells in culture every day. And this is what they needed to create their viral test kits. They're most famous for the detection of the Epstein-Barr virus. And these test kits are found in every hospital in the developed world. Now, Dr. Wentz became an expert in growing cells and understanding the nutritional requirements of the human cell so that they would be protected and not only survive but thrive indefinitely. So he became a world-renowned leader in cell culture technology. But everything changed on what Dr. Wentz calls that fateful day, when a critical event happened where he had a cold and a pharmacist friend gave him a bottle of vitamins. And he calls it that fateful day when he put on his reading glasses and he read the ingredient list. And he was horrified by the wrong ratios and alarmed by the imbalance. And after further testing, he found that what was being marketed for human consumption was woefully inadequate. He couldn't believe the difference between what was available for human consumption in the marketplace compared to the formulas that they were using in the laboratory at Gall to provide optimal nutrition for human cells. So the idea was simple. If he could keep human cells alive for years in a laboratory at optimal health levels, then he could give the human body, which is made of trillions of the same cells, giving our bodies these same formulas and allowing us the opportunity to have optimal health also. And so the science of cellular nutrition was born. And after 25 years of research, by transferring the science of cellular nutrition from the laboratory to the human body, this vision became a reality in 1992 when Dr. Wentz left Gall Laboratories and started USANA Health Sciences. And he's since gone on to win the Albert Einstein Award for outstanding achievement in the life sciences. And well, we've been around more than 20 years now. We're exploding in 19 different markets. And USANA is now the premier manufacturer of high-quality nutritional, skincare, and weight management products. We're publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and year after year, we demonstrate solid, consistent growth. We did close to $750 million in sales last year. And the Direct Sellers Association, the DSA, they listed us as number 17 for the highest revenue among all the direct sales companies worldwide. So we have some friends that would agree. We, for example, in our peer-reviewed magazine in our industry of network marketing, we're consistently voted the number one company for 16 consecutive years since 1997. We've won a lot of awards. You can see some of them here. Accolade after accolade have been pouring in where we're just number one, both in business and in product. This is one of our main spokespersons, very famous, Dennis Waite, trainer of Super Bowl and Olympic athletes, Apollo astronauts, Fortune 500 executives, motivational speaker and author, basically saying that the integrity and the leadership of USANA deserves your focus and your attention, and for you to do a bit of research here. We also have Olympic and professional athletes who would also agree. In fact, we have more than 600 active professional and Olympic athletes who put their trust in USANA. In fact, all of the Olympic athletes that fuel their body with USANA products, we call them Team USANA, they have won 51 Olympic medals since the year 2000 combined. And also, many celebrities are getting on board, enjoying USANA products and being spokespersons. This is Kaylee from The Big Bang Theory. She's actually one of my favorite stars, and she recently had a USANA nutrition bar party. So let's look at USANA from a health perspective. The philosophy in USANA is that health starts with the health of our cells. And you know, if you're not enjoying true health, you can have a lot of other good things going on in your life, lots of money, but really, if you lose your health, you've lost everything. And so we're here with high quality manufacturing and science-based products, providing nutritionals that you can trust. That's actually been our motto from the beginning. And this not only applies to athletes, but normal people like you and me, who just want a healthy lifestyle. Because living a life you love begins with great health. And unfortunately, there are many people who are plagued by the leading causes of premature death. The leading causes, the 5 leading causes of death today are degenerative diseases. And the scientific consensus of the cause of this is poor lifestyle choices. And this basically leads to a thing called oxidation. Now, what is oxidation? Well, it's something that happens at the cellular level, and it's called oxidation or free radical damage. And it's the underlying cause of all chronic degenerative diseases. It's the same process that causes apples to turn brown or metal to rust and human bodies to age. And the only way to win the battle is through nutrition with high amounts of antioxidants. And this is the only way. For example, to prevent an apple from turning brown, we put lemon juice on it. And the lemon juice has antioxidants. Anti meaning against the oxidation. So we must defend our body in the same way by arming our cells with optimal levels of antioxidants. And you can't escape oxidation. If you breathe oxygen, if you have stress, if you enjoy the sun and there's radiation from the sun, there's air pollution, there's toxic chemicals. I mean, all of this produces damage at the cellular level. Eating a fatty meal, for example. Here, you see the cell on the left is a healthy cell. But in the middle, you can see the damage that happens after eating a Big Mac, for example. But if you, just before you eat that fast food meal, you arm yourselves with oxidation defense, which just means high quality antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, you can see that the damage to the cell is minimized. So it's a numbers game in our body, and we must have enough antioxidants on board to counteract the amount of free radical damage. And sadly, most of us are losing the war, and so we have a message in USANA. Are you content with losing this war with degenerative disease, or will you arm yourselves with the nutrients that they need? Now, that's a good question. Are you receiving the nutrients that you need? And most people think that they get it from their food. The best source of antioxidants are fruits and vegetables, but do you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables? Do you eat 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables? Because that's really what's necessary. You see, to get optimal amounts of vitamin E to the tune of 4 to 450 international units, look what you would have to eat in terms of wheat germ, spinach, and almonds. I mean, it's just not possible to eat those quantities. And, even if you could, studies show that most foods are devoid of the most basic nutrients today. So with the nutritional gaps in the way food is made, we're simply not getting the quality of nutrients that we need on a daily basis. So Dr. Wentz and USANA, they fixed this massive problem by creating the essentials. And just to read what's on the slide here, you'd have to eat approximately 22,000 calories and spend more than $33 a day to get the same amount of nutrients found in a daily dose of the essentials. So our nutritional system is designed to supplement a healthy diet. And USANA has made this so simple for us to get the nutrients that we need. Now, the problem is not all supplements are created equal. 2/3 of the population take nutritional supplements, but there is a problem. They have no idea what they're getting because it's an unregulated industry. Nutritional supplements fall under the food category rather than pharmaceutical regulations. So in the majority of cases, what's on the label is not inside the bottle. Now, I live in Canada, and we have implemented some government regulations to ensure safety. But, in the United States, where most of the nutritional supplements are manufactured, they are regulated like food rather than drugs. So there are a lot of shoddy products with very little science. 54% in one study showed that tablets tested did not disintegrate within 20 minutes. Now that's a problem if it doesn't disintegrate and get down into the bloodstream, down to the cellular level. So here's a picture that a friend of mine took. Remember we talked about protecting the apples from turning brown, and in this case black, after they were let to sit in a container of water for 5 days. But notice in the bottom left-hand corner, the apple protected by the essentials doesn't look too bad, whereas some of the products that are out there on the retail shelf just don't cut it. They don't provide that protection. Let me ask you, what do you want protecting your body, from keeping it from that oxidation and turning black like that? So, as they say, a picture paints 1,000 words, and that was pretty shocking to see that. Dr. Wentz says that most health supplements fall far short of meeting the nutritional needs of the body's cells. So fortunately, one man with a vision stepped up to the plate to change all that. So we have a nutritional system. We call it the USANA difference. Now, there's a common question that we get, and that is, what is it that makes USANA so different from products from the local grocery store or health food store? Well, simply superior ingredients, balanced, science-based formulas. We have an accredited team of scientific experts, a whole team of PhDs, and we have a purity guarantee that there are no contaminants in our products. And this is especially important for Olympic athletes because their career hangs on the fact that their blood contains no contamination. And so we have a $1 million athlete guarantee to our athletes that when a spot check is done on them, there will never be found any contamination in their bloodstream. So our products are safe, they're dependable, they're pure, they're effective, they have the right ratios, the right amounts, superior ingredients. The idea is that these nutrients, they work together in synergy rather than the common smorgasbord approach. They're bioavailable. They meet the disintegration rates because we were one of the very first companies to volunteer to manufacture our products at a pharmaceutical grade standard. Remember, not a requirement. So, your health, your life, your way with USANA. Let's take a look at our product line. It's a pretty simple line. We start with the essentials, and that's the strong foundation that we build upon. And they basically are well named. The essentials, our flagship product, and they're essential in nourishing the human cell at optimal levels with all the nutrients that human cells need to remain vibrant and healthy every single day. Unmatched numbers of antioxidants, including some that you can't get anywhere else because we've, for example, patented the extract from the olive called olive-ol. So if you compared with what's in the essentials to what's available at retail stores, you'd probably end up with 20 to 30 bottles of products paying over $200 with no guarantee of potency or purity. If you don't like bottles, we have the Health Pack, which comes in convenient AM and PM packs that you can, if you're a woman, you can put them in your purse, and they are amazing. Now, this is our third-party endorsement, a group of scientists called NutriSearch, headed by a man by the name of Lyle McWilliam, a scientist. What they do is they put out this comparative guide to nutritional supplements, where they compare all companies, all nutritional products manufactured in Canada and the United States. It's well over 1,600 nutritional supplements, and they evaluate them against an 18-point criteria. And with every edition, I believe we're on the 5th edition, Every edition, the USANA Essentials continue to set the gold standard, and they're rated number one out of 1,600 companies. And that, we don't pay Lyle McWilliam to say that. He's not a part of USANA. This is an independent, third-party, unbiased comparison of what's available. So we're very proud that USANA earns the NutriSearch Gold Medal of Achievement for proven product excellence every year. We also have nutrition for the entire family. We have USANimals for young children, and for teenagers we have Body Rocks. So we have complete supplements for all ages. Now, we also have, to build on that strong foundation of the essentials, we have optimizers. Since each of our nutritional needs may vary, this line of optimizers we can add to the essentials to customize for your individual needs. Now, for example, if you have joint pain or arthritic pain, we have a glucosamine product called Procosa. My favorite product is the grapeseed extract. It's called Proflavanol, and it helped me with my asthma and allergies. We can't go into all the details of all of our optimizer line. You can find that in our catalog. It's also available at our USANA.com website. Now, USANA is doctor approved. There are thousands of doctors that are coming on board with USANA. Some of them have even left their practice to be full-time USANA associates. And we are, because we're manufactured at a pharmaceutical grade, we're actually listed in the Physician's Desk reference in the States and the Compendium of Pharmaceuticals and Specialties in Canada. That's the big book that doctors and pharmacists use to prescribe drugs. We are actually listed in there, and not too many nutritionals make it into those prestigious manuals. Also, overseeing the many scientists that work at USANA is the Scientific Advisory Council, and they advise on USANA's product innovation. So USANA has a wide range of other products as well. This is our food category. And let me ask you a question. What do you think about most? Do you think about avoiding degenerative disease or losing weight? Well, USANA has simplified weight loss with NutriMeal meal replacements and snack bars. And these protein snacks contain the perfect ratio of low glycemic carbs, quality protein, and the essential fats. These are power shakes and energy bars for people on the go. And additionally, we've got the Reset Kit, where USANA has taken the shakes and the bars and put them in a 5-day jumpstart program so you can see faster results. Now, 65% of people are overweight or obese, and consumers spend about $100 million a day on weight management products. So this is our weight management program, Reset, and it is changing people's lives. It's not a diet, as you are not starving yourself. You're actually eating delicious meal replacement shakes and energy bars. And this is the first step in our goal of healthy lifestyle modification, where we're trying to implement low glycemic foods into your diet and actually teach you how to eat healthy. So the Reset is a great start to break the sugar addiction, break the carb addiction, and actually reset your body. And then you can follow that up with a transform or a maintain phase. Now, Rev 3 is our energy drink, a healthy alternative to the crash and burn energy drinks that are out there. In Rev 3, there's no artificial flavors or sweeteners or preservatives or colors. Rev 3 actually has 17 grams of fructose. It's a natural sugar from fruit. And this is a picture of some of our competition. Red Bull actually has 39 grams of unrefined sugar. Monster 54 and Rockstar 62 grams. That's 15 teaspoons of white sugar. Rev 3 has natural caffeines from various teas, but it's not so much about just caffeine and sugar. It's loaded with vitamins and minerals and antioxidants to rev up your energy and sustain it for hours. And then finally, our third line is our skincare line called Sensei, Beautiful Science. This is our high-quality, all-natural, anti-aging skincare and personal care product line, because what you put on your skin dissolves into your bloodstream within minutes. Your skin cells also need antioxidant support. So what's true for the inside of your body, also true for the outside, your skin, your largest organ. So these skincare products are designed with cellular nutrition in mind. Sensei is saturated with nutrients. And we were the first skincare line that has no chemical preservatives, no waxes, no parabens, no petroleum, no formaldehydes. USANA was the first to create and patent a self-preserving technology. And yes, real men use Sensei. I love it, but women especially love Sensei, as it's the ultimate beauty routine for their face. Our Sensei facial care program, you can see the results here of an 8-week clinical test, increases in skin smoothness, decreases in dryness, increases in moisture and elasticity. Visible results were seen in less than 2 weeks. So what's your personal challenge? Let me ask you, what do you think most about? Do you think most about your health, or do you think more about finances? Well, most people say finances. So we're going to talk now about true wealth. And obviously, high quality products translate into big business. If you have a state-of-the-art product line, a company with integrity, a strong management team, and a genius at the helm, you have a great business opportunity available. And USANA pays you well as you go out and help people. This is no Mickey Mouse small business. This is a powerful business. And remember, this is not linear income where you trade your time for money. This is residual income where you not only build a base of customers, but you build and manage a team who spread the vision of Dr. Wentz. Now, most people have to think outside the box to really get this business model that we're talking about. And often people say, well, is it one of those pyramid schemes? Well, most people, they're used to being an employee working for a company. And this is what most companies look like. In terms of shape, all organizations, all businesses are shaped like a pyramid with the CEO at the top. A literal pyramid scheme, of course, is illegal. And of course, that's when there are no legitimate products involved, and it's just money changing hands. Hopefully, you know by now, there's very real products here moving from the manufacturer, USANA, to the consumer. But we have chosen to go direct rather than through the retail model. Now, let me talk to you about the cash flow quadrant, which was developed by Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a classic multi-million-dollar seller in the business world. Kiyosaki basically talks about 4 ways to make money, and he's put it in this quadrant, E, S, B, and I. Now, the E is where we all start. That's the employee quadrant, and that's where you're trading hours for dollars. And if you don't go to work, you don't get paid. And it's very difficult to have time and financial freedom as an employee because you only have 168 hours a week. Now, and by the way, that quadrant is also the most heavily taxed of all the quadrants. So some people who are a bit more independent choose to migrate to the S quadrant, and that's the self-employed quadrant. It's the hardest working person, but there's a lot of government regulations, a lot of taxes there as well, inventory, overhead, and if there's employees, then you've got all the headaches that's involved with dealing with employees, like they want holidays, they want sick time, there's workman's comp. Small business owners end up not owning the business, but the business ends up owning them. S could also be called solo because it literally is a solo act. The whole responsibility of the business is on them. Now, this quadrant contains professionals like doctors, lawyers, dentists, but the dentist can't delegate the drilling, right? So even in the S quadrant, it's no different than the E in terms of the fact that you're still trading your time for money. You still have to show up. You're still working as an individual, and the income potential is finite. Everything changes when you move to the right side of the quadrant, because the right side of the quadrant, the B and the I, B is for big business, I is for investing. And this is where you're incorporating the concept of leverage. You're building leverage into your life. Now let's talk about the B quadrant. This is the Michael Dells of the world, the Bill Gateses of the world, or anybody that builds a network. Now, it could be a network of gas stations, a network of restaurants, or in our case, a network of distributors or associates who are leveraging off the efforts of a team. They're building a team rather than working by themselves as individuals. So you're either trading your time for money or you're leveraging off the efforts of others. The business owner, for example, a perfect example is the owner of a franchise. They can be home watching television while the teenagers are pushing burgers across the counter. They don't have to be there to earn the income. And of course, in the I, when you invest your money, it's your money that's out there working for you. We call this making money while you sleep. So you're leveraging off your money, or sometimes it's other people's money. So the goal is to get over into the right-hand quadrant without necessarily giving up what you're currently doing on the left-hand side. So the rich dad said to Robert Kiyosaki, the richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else looks for work. So the key to financial freedom, time and financial freedom, is to make a shift from the left to the right side of the quadrant. So this is where dreams are achieved, and it's available for everyone. Because when you're creating leverage, which leads to financial freedom, this is life-changing. But you see, unfortunately, many people are on the left side of the quadrant. They have 168 hours a week, and they're struggling. And they're living paycheck to paycheck. There's a lot of debt. And they spend the first 4 to 6 months of the year just working for the government, paying tax. Tax Freedom Day is now in the month of June. So, from January 1st to that date in June, you're not getting paid anything. I don't know if you can relate to any of these problems. What I realized was that trading my time for money just wasn't working. And that's the way it is for most people. You work more, you put in longer hours, you work overtime, you get a second job, you work 50 to 60 hours a week. Everyone's working and not a lot of quality time. And so families get caught up in this vicious cycle called the rat race. And what we're saying is there's a better way. By finding freedom, by owning your own business and taking control of your destiny. And, when it comes to enjoying royalty income, passive income streams, residual income, I thought it was just for people that wrote books or people like Elvis Presley or John Lennon who, even beyond their death, continued to earn money through making records, cutting CDs, very talented people. But in this industry of network marketing and being involved with a company like USANA, very ordinary people like you and me can make this amazing income and enjoy the tax advantages. This man, Sandy Bodkin, who worked for the IRS, he says every North American taxpayer who works a full-time job and does not have a side business could be overpaying taxes to the tune of $3,000 to $9,000 a year. So I have people that have joined my team for this reason alone, because they know that without a USANA home-based business, it's like burning 5 $100 bills a month. So this industry is booming, and you can see the amount of people that are involved and the amount of money that's being moved, and it's called direct selling, and you don't have the headaches of traditional business ownership. Let's look at a conventional business. You've got, first of all, you've got to have a lot of money, like to buy a franchise, for example. Any small business, there's investment capital. You need cash flow, and it's risky. Most of them don't survive past 5 years. And again, you're trading your time for money. You have to show up. You're captive to that storefront. There's long hours, and there isn't a lot of support. So here's a suggested 21st century checklist. Do you have a personal brand? Do you have an online business? Is your business global? Is it residual, your income? Is it portable? Is it flexible? Are you in the wellness industry? Because you see, the wellness industry according to trend forecasters, is the next trillion-dollar industry. This is the next big thing with the aging of baby boomers. Are you creating networks like Kiyosaki talked about? Are you teaching and mentoring others? Do you have a network marketing business? A business that's global, virtual, and portable, where you can do business from anywhere with your smartphone. This is the new age of business. It's direct to consumer, it's online, it's global, and the startup costs are low. There's no employees, there's no overhead, there's no inventory. It's completely portable. There's minimal paperwork. You build a team to create freedom, and you're working smarter, not harder, because you're incorporating leverage into your life. Time leveraged residual income. Again, just to show on a whiteboard, to compare a USANA business with being self-employed compared to a job, you can get paid over and over with a USANA business. It's residual. But when you're self-employed, you only get paid when you show up. As an employee, you clock in, money starts, clock out, money stops. With a USANA business, there is time leverage. But when you're self-employed, you're still trading your time for money. And even as an employee, that's true. What about when you get sick? Well, that hardly happens with a USANA business. And even if you were to get sick or have an accident, for example, you've got residual income. I just recently got back from a vacation. And, I got my highest check of the month of, that particular week. When you're self-employed, you can't pay yourself when you're sick. And do you get sick pay as an employee? Maybe. Maybe not. What about vacation? Well, in USANA, you can take as much vacation as you want and still get paid, like I just mentioned. But self-employed, how will you pay yourself? And vacation pay as an employee? Maybe, hopefully. What about raises? I remember when I was an employee, we waited 3 years for a raise, and the raise ended up being like 1%. Getting a raise, self-employed, it usually means more hours. But you can give yourself a raise with a USANA business. There's no limit to the amount of money you can make with bonuses and incentives that we have. So, and finally, retirement. The beautiful thing about USANA is you can retire early and you can leave it to your children as a legacy. We call this legacy income. Self-employed, again, it's all on you, the solo act. And retirement as an employee, not like it used to be, no guarantee. So there's a big difference, hopefully you can see, between linear and residual income. With residual income, see, the power of residual income, I found it staggering when I first came across this. Let's say you have a team of 200 people, and let's say they're all working part-time 4 hours a week, which is the way I started. That means you're going to get paid on 800 hours a week, and it's residual. And the way that works is you set up the account with this person, and you get paid multiple times because the products are consumable, and people become loyal to the products because they derive benefits from the products, they feel better with the products, and they reorder these products every month. So this is what we do. We basically direct people to do business with USANA. USANA ships directly to their door. They put their credit card or their checking account on file with USANA. We don't deal with people's money. But USANA sends us a referral fee thanking us for the referral. Let's look a little bit at how we get paid for that referral. It looks kind of daunting and intimidating, I admit, but it's actually quite simple. When you start a USANA business, you start with a business center, and the best way we found to illustrate that is by drawing a circle. So that's you with Business Center 1. And think of it like a franchise. If you owned a Subway, you'd get paid for moving sandwiches. In our case, we get paid for moving USANA products. Now, is it easier to move products by yourself or with a team? So we'll refer to our teams as left and right, representing two organizations that you'll lead. And as products move through your organization left and right, working with your teammates, your business center will start to generate commissions. So think of Bob and Jill as business partners. Maybe they're interested in products or interested in the income opportunity, or maybe a combination of both. As products move through your organization with the help of your team, you'll earn commissions. So in this example, if Jill's team did 1,500 points, every product, by the way, has a point value attached, and we're in 19 countries, so we're dealing with international currency. So we have this point system. So if Jill's team did 1,500 points and Bob's team did 1,400 points, to calculate the commission, simply multiply the smaller volume by 20%. And that basically is 280 commission points in your pocket for the week. Now, I'm in Canada. In Canadian dollars, in the United States, that would be $280. But in Canada, we multiply by 1.3, and that comes out to $364. How easy is that? And the extra points from the strong side will roll over into the following week. Now, leadership is essential to your success, and by making others aware of USANA's life-changing products and coaching your USANA teammates, more volume will move through your business center and commissions will go up. It's that simple. You need to help others. Now, if you earned a 1,000-point commission check in USANA for maxing out a business center, you'll receive another business center. So you can see it there referred to as Business Center 2. So think of it as another store. And as you start building with multiple business centers, your income potential only grows. Now, it's important to know that many individuals come to USANA with no interest in the business. So we have a preferred customer program that's free. And you can see it labeled up there as PC, just to the right of Business Center 1. And it allows customers to get the preferred pricing for products, just like associates, but they're not eligible for compensation. So as you continue to grow, you can build a business with associates and or preferred customers. And finally, you have the option of starting with either one business center or 3 business centers from the start. With one business center, your earning potential is 10% of all the volume that flows through your organization. And in Canada, comes to about $84,000 a year. But with 3 business centers, you triple your earning potential, and you can earn up to $252,000 a year in commissions. Now, if you see this as a business, 3 business centers is the best option for you. And to get started, we have amazing discount packages to choose from, or you can customize your own package. And to say thank you for your loyalty to us, we're happy to give you a 10% off of your initial order. It's given back to you over the course of your first 2 auto orders because we want you healthy for life. So basically, the way it works is you open your business center. Either 1 or 3, you get our starter kit called the Business Development System. And then you share USANA, and we help you and train you in approaching people properly. And you just follow our system. Just like a franchise has a system, we have a system, and we just ask that you be teachable. And this, my friends, is what creates financial freedom. Now, who sees success in USANA? Well, USANA has 200 members in the $1 Million Club, people with different ages and cultural backgrounds. They're all having success with USANA. And those 200 people were recently featured in a full-page ad in the USA Today, in the States, and the Globe and Mail in Canada. Now, on this slide are some of our friends here in Southern Ontario who have achieved amazing success with USANA. And the whole point is financial freedom is possible with this amazing USANA vehicle. Doesn't matter what your age is, your education, your work experience. What matters is you're at the right time in your life and you want something different. You're teachable and you're ready to take action. This is a few of my team members at a recent convention where USANA gave 10,000 iPads to everybody in attendance. There was 10,000 of us, so we're kind of all excited showing off our iPads, and you can see the excitement of everybody there when these iPads were given for free by the company. Very generous company. So what's your personal challenge? As you look into USANA, you'll see this company historically speaks for itself. But the most important question today is, who are you? What is your financial reality? How is your health? Can you afford the lifestyle that you want? Do you have enough quality time for yourself, your family, and your friends? My friends, I want to show you how USANA has the resources to help you with all of these challenges, because that's what we do. And, when you start a USANA business, you're not in this by yourself. It's for yourself, but you're not by yourself. And what we suggest is that you start with the True Health Assessment. Now, that's an app for iPhones and iPads, or you can go online because beyond our essentials, we recognize one size doesn't fit all, and so we have a personalized nutrition company with this True Health Assessment. It's a free, innovative, patent-pending technology that takes the guesswork out of customizing your nutritional regimen. With this cutting-edge program, and like I said, you do it online, not only do you get a risk assessment and a lifestyle plan, but you also get a complete list of products based on your health needs and goals, designed to get you on and stay on your road to optimal health. So that's how we recommend you figure out what products would be best for you, whether you wanted to become a preferred customer or whether you wanted to open a USANA business center. And once you start taking the products, we also have the True Health Companion, which manages and monitors your intake of the products to help you keep health as your priority. We have a lot of business building resources to support you and train you. We have the e-Apprentice, our online training system. We have the business development system, like I mentioned earlier. We have Income Maximizer with downline management, allowing you to track your organization in real time on the internet. We have professional websites and publications and business building tools. This PowerPoint presentation is just an example of how easy it is with USANA's incredible tools. And in terms of presentation, there are webcasts, pre-recorded webinars like this one. We have presentations on the internet. We have them on DVD. We have ways to stay connected with conference calls, webcasts, and local celebrations, as well as our international convention. So we have a lot of resources, including our state-of-the-art virtual back office called USANA Today, where you manage your business. So there's many exciting ways to help you build your business. But most importantly, we will work with you directly every step. And so I want to close by reading a quote from Paul Zane Pilzer. He is a trend forecaster. He worked with several U.S. presidents as an advisor, and he is talking about a perfect storm. He says, wellness and network marketing both represent enormous financial opportunities. Either opportunity alone has potential to create new wealth. But some companies have combined the best of both worlds, creating a perfect storm of unprecedented economic opportunity. And he says that over the next 10 years, the U.S. economy is going to create 10 million new millionaires. So, where do you see yourself? Who are you? Right now, are you as healthy physically, financially, even relationally as you want to be? Are you surviving life? Do you love life? Do you wake up with a purpose? Do you feel like you're giving back and making a difference in the lives of others? Because nothing feels better than that. Now, folks, USANA products will help everyone, but this business is not for everyone. It takes hard work, it takes commitment, and a deep passion to help others. So, if you want to see a better life today, I encourage you to take a look at USANA Health Sciences. You may be a number one. You might be ready to get started. Or you might be interested, but you just want to research it a little bit. You need more information. And that's okay. We want you to dig deep, have fun. I think you'll see that USANA Health Sciences will meet your every expectation. If you want to see a better life, folks, I encourage you. Check out USANA Health Sciences. Your life will never be the same. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Ken Waite. I appreciate you being here. Take care and all the best.